Doobie don't snooze, it's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through, but don't break.
Yeah. Once again, man, it's Parlay with us, man. It's me, Mr. Beans. You got Stony Crook, Hustle Stacks, and Shondo took tonight off, but they'll be back, man. What up, fellas? Shout out to the brothers, man. We're going to give them applause anyway. Shout out to Stony Crook, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Shondo and Stacks, man. You know how it is, man. Some days we're ready to go, and some days we have to pick up the baton and keep it moving, and that's what me and Crook gonna do tonight. So it's a two-man show. It's Parlay with us, like back in the days, but we bringing it to you again live. Or we do it every week. It's Thursday. We got Thursday night football kicking off the week today. We got the Cowboys versus the Eagles, or the Eagles versus the Cowboys, whichever one you want to take it with. But they're coming with that fire today. You got Dak and you got Hurts, man, and we're gonna see what it is, man. Hurts might have something to prove, try to get to that 2-peat this year. So it starts from tonight, and Dak Prescott got to redeem himself. So that starts from tonight. So yeah, man, what's going on, Stoney?
Yo, I want to send a shout out to the NFL, man. They got it right with this NFL kickoff, man. Like, what better way to kick it off than to have a rivalry, a divisional matchup, Cowboys, Eagles. I mean, so much going into this game. You got the defending champs. You got the Cowboys with their off-season drama like usual, you know.
Yep.
Not signing Parsons. How are they going to look? How are they going to respond? So shout out to the NFL, man. They got it right, man. This is a great matchup. I don't think they could have did any better. I love the way this season's about to kick off, man. I'm ready, man.
Yeah, man. I think the season's going to be great. This is a good game to kick off the season. It is an NFC game. We both have our feelings about the Cowboys and the Eagles right now. As much as the Eagles is the Super Bowl champions, I think they don't even get the pizzazz like previous Super Bowl champs get. You know what I mean? The Chiefs, the Patriots, stuff like that. They don't get that pizzazz where everybody, walks and talk. Philly is more a question mark for that team right now. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the offensive style of the team. I don't, or whatever the case might be. But Philly got an opportunity. They draft so well, and they draft so well, so they have an opportunity to keep this ball rolling, man, and really put a stranglehold on at least on the NFC. Yeah.
I think what it is. People are trying to figure them out. They won. So did a lot of other teams won, and then you never heard from them again. So everybody's on reserve right now. If they win another one, they definitely gonna have the league on notice. But even if they reach to the NFC Championship and not make the Super Bowl, they'll have the league on notice. People will start paying attention to them because that's pretty much what the Kansas City Chiefs did. And a lot of these NFL teams, you gotta really stay consistent. You can't just be that team that won and the next year you just disappear. So they got to be around. They got the league on notice. They paying attention to them. They got a young Hurts. They got a good young nucleus on the defense. So they young. They're gonna be around for a while, but they got to make noise. They got to make noise. And as they making noise, especially this year, because they're the haunted now. So people are gonna be every game. They're gonna analyze it to the T. They're gonna be on their ass. Everything they do wrong, they're going to be under that microscope. Right. They stay consistent, then they'll get that pizzazz. They got to earn it. That's the thing with them. They got to earn that pizzazz, and they just got to stay consistent, and they got to have a good year this year. And if they repeat, then they're going to be looking at that dynasty, like the city did.
Right.
That's what everybody's just trying to see, what this team is about, and they're gonna show it tonight.
Cool. So So with that being said, today is Thursday night, September 4th, NFL season kickoff. We got the Cowboys versus the Eagles tonight. I'll just give you guys a real quick rundown. Tonight's spread on that game, it has Philly minus 8.5 points with the total of 47.5.
Yeah,
47.5. Huh?
Yeah, the over and under. Yes,
The over and under. That's the over and under is 47.5. And then Dallas plus 300. What's that about? I'm just reading the ESPN spread real quick. So that's the numbers for tonight's game. If anybody's betting, just to throw that out there real quick. We got more to come on futures and bets for this weekend's game. Stoney going to give you a little rundown, give y'all a little taste of that, but that's for later on in the show. But let's move on, man. We got another big game coming on. Since we done moved, unless you got something intriguing about the Cowboys that you want to put out there, Crook, about the Cowboys tonight's game or the Eagles. I just feel as though, real quick, I'll put this out there. Since we're gonna go down the wire real quick, I just, for some reason, I just have the Eagles winning the game. To tell you the truth, they might just keep it rolling. They might be ready to move. The Cowboys, like you said, with all the disarray that's been going on with the team losing, stellar defensive player and all that other stuff. I don't know. So it's I don't think it will be a blowout, but I think Philly will take care of business. So
I think it's gonna be tight. I mean, the fall off was on defense a little bit with the Cowboys, but their offense, they should be okay. They got Pickens, they got George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
They brought him over on a trade. He's ready to have a breakout year. You got CeeDee Lamb, they got Javonte Williams, Dak Prescott's back, Ferguson. They looking good on offense. So, we know what Philly's about. We know what they got and what they about to bring out on the field. Okay. But Dallas is kind of the unknown right now.
Okay.
And when you have the unknown, usually the unknown surprises everybody. And I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be tight. I took Dallas with the points, definitely. 8.5. I took them at 8. I'll take them at 8. Either way. That was the only look I had tonight in terms of sports betting.
Right. I just threw that out there real quick because just for the people out there who's watching and want to know what's the spread on that, I just threw that number out there real quick. I'll just since we're discussing that real quick. So for you feel that 8.5 that they're giving Philly's just a little bit too much.
No, a little bit too much for game. First and foremost, for it to be a divisional game, first and foremost, I don't care who you are. You could be the worst team in the division versus the best team in the division. When you get when that division, those division games and the division opponent has a lot of points, most of the time you got to run with that because divisional games, they're always tight for whatever reason. They know each other. They play each other twice. So a number that big, you gotta hop on Dallas, and first and foremost a division, and number two, Cowboys got a good offense, and even if they losing, they could backdoor cover, they could score a meaningless touchdown in the end that maybe meaningless in terms of the game is concerned, but for us bettors, it's gonna work out. So. I just think it's too many points for a divisional
game. I would say the same thing. To tell you the truth. Yes. Would Philly win? Probably, but yes, Dallas might cover that point. You're totally right about that. They might cover that 8.5. So that's just out there for the people who's watching, man. We just threw y'all a little gem on tonight's game, just in case, you got to think about it. Like Cook said, he brought a valid point. He said, "Yo, listen, this is divisional games, and they know each other. And they're in the same division. That's how that roll out. You would be careful to take Philly to outright get them by 8.5 points. Now, I don't see it either. That's a good observation that you made there, Crook. So let's move on, man. We're gonna move on to the next game, man. To the start the week, it's a Friday night game. So Friday night game, we got the Chiefs and the Chargers, man. You got the Chargers playing the Chiefs. Let me see how this works here. I don't know who's going. Is the Chiefs going to
the Chiefs?
LA?
The Chiefs. So they playing in Brazil. So the Chiefs are supposed to be the home team.
Right. I said they playing in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Right.
At 5 p.m. their time. Okay, so that's okay, cool. So let's talk about that. Nice, another good game tomorrow. Chiefs Chargers. Part of this new setup with the doubleheader, instead of coming with 2 games on Thursday night, the NFL decided to throw a game on Friday night. And what a, for the beginning of the fall season, what a perfect way to grasp the viewers, have something for people to do on Friday night. Even if you go out to the bar or whatever, man, there's going to be a good game on. So yeah, that's a good look on their part. I'll be interested, and plus it's a marquee game. You got the Chiefs versus the Chargers.
Give them a round of applause for that, man.
Definitely give them a round. You're right about that. Let's give them a round of applause. Shout out to the NFL for setting up a good 2 first games to open the season. You're right about that. Give them another round of applause for that. So yeah, okay. What do you think about the Chiefs Chargers, man? What do you feel about these 2 teams? We're not going to get to the spread any right now. I'm not going to go down every team and give you the spread for every team, but or we're going to go through every team like in this fashion. But since this is the beginning of the season, and this is basically what we'll call the doubleheader for Thursday night, but it's just the second game is moved to Friday. What do you think about both teams as far as their projection for this season?
Well, first and foremost, to the viewers, in terms of our sports bets and Stoney's best bets, we're gonna start that next week.
Exactly.
We have that full slate of games to work on. I mean, we got a full slate coming on Sunday, but I think next week, we'll be better prepared. We'll have a couple of good bets for you. I'm gonna give you some today. Don't get me wrong, because I know we got some games coming up on Sunday. But next week, we'll be even more in full mode.
We'll be at full force next week. We'll be,
we're doing something tonight.
Right. We'll give it. True.
We'll be in full mode starting next Thursday.
Right.
But for this game, another divisional matchup. Another one of these. Games where you got 2 teams that are familiar.
AFC West, you're right.
AFC West. Look, the Chargers, they do to make some noise this year. They made some moves. They made some good draft picks. They got that stud running back. They're ready to take a leap forward this year and let them know that they're the next up. The only problem is they lost their stud offensive lineman in Slater. Rashawn Slater. I don't know too much about him, but he's that guy. Guy.
Okay.
The whole franchise is depressed when they lost him for the year. So are they going to replace him? I don't know. It remains to be seen. But look, once again, I like the Chargers to keep this game close. I think the Chiefs, they got situations going on over there. They're not going to have Rice. Their number 1 wide receiver. He got suspended 6 games.
Right.
Their number 1 guy. I mean, he had an injury that he recovered from, but he didn't recover from the suspension. So he's not going to be there. They got other guys there. They got an older Kelsey. So we don't know what we're going to get in Kansas City. So I like this game to be close. I would take the Chargers. I would take the Chargers to possibly win and definitely cover. But that's what I feel about this game. I like the Chargers in this game. I think they're going to make a statement. They know this is a big game for them. This is going to set the tone for this season. And
you might be right. You might be right.
They're the next one up.
And real quick, just to give you something players to watch on both teams. There's a players to watch on both teams. There's wide receiver Marquise Brown. Out of the Chiefs, he might be somebody to watch after he missed almost all of last season. due to hurting his shoulder. The Chiefs brought him back. They gave him some bread, and then the Chargers player to watch is Keenan Allen, 13-year pro, returning after spending a season in Chicago. So, and then getting Justin Herbert to throw to him. This might be, a good season for Herbert Allen. They might be, hooking up. I think it might be a good way for, Allen still got some feet in him. This might be good. So, those are the two players they saying to watch out here. The consensus out there in reporting as far as for this game. But I think truthfully, you're right. I'm gonna go back real quick and give you it. This is a very close game. I mean, they're giving KC 3.5. So
I think it's a lot. Once again, it's a division game. They're in a neutral site, And it's just there's a lot of question marks with Kansas City. I'm looking at them now. I mean, they got Xavier Worthy, as they, the number one
wide receiver. Yeah,
Marquise Hollywood Brown. Okay, they got small guys, on that wide receiver. Travis Kelce, he's getting older, but hey, they got Mahomes. Mahomes is the guy. Mahomes
exactly.
He's that difference maker. He'll make something out of nothing. So, but I see a Chargers team that's hungry, led by Harbaugh. They ready to really put their foot in the ground right now, and
right.
Way to beat their division foe.
Divisional, exactly right.
A team that's been running that division for a while now, and I think the Chargers smell blood. They smell blood, man, and this is a game to really expose that. So, as far as the roster's concerned, the Chargers are much healthier and much more talented.
You're right about that one. To tell you the truth, the coaching, especially coaching, Harbaugh, these old school gritty type of coaches like him, he's coming for that division. Yes, he wants to get there, and I'm sure to the Super Bowl like any other team, but you got to start from somewhere. So he's probably got his eyes and his chops on the division and wreaking a little havoc on this AFC West, because it's AFC West in a way is kind of ripe open. You're right. This might be a good season for the Chargers if they could stay healthy, keep Herbert upright, and hopefully the receiving core can bring them there, and their defense. So yeah, you're right. The Chiefs might have a lot to a lot of work ahead of them in this game.
Watch out for the Broncos. Watch out for the Broncos, man.
Exactly. Watch out for the Broncos. Yep.
They coming, man. So
yeah. So man, that's let's see, man. That's it. So Sunday, real quick, we're gonna run down before we get into some of your some other stuff going on. We're gonna run down a couple of games real quick and just give our
And I got two picks for you guys.
Yeah, we got time for the picks. We got time for the picks. We got time. I'm keeping an eye on the clock. We got time for that shit.
And another thing I want to tell my viewers is that's the thing with the football season, man. Everybody want to jump in and and be quick with the bets, but the thing is with the first week you want to fill it out. So when you're filling out the first week, you want to go light. You want to make some wages that you like, some bets that you like, and stuff like that, and fill it out, because the first week is going to tell you a lot as far as who's not going to dominate and who may dominate, or who may do good, you're going to get a better feel of what this season is going to be like. So come week 2, now you're feeling more comfortable. Not that you're going to bet on based on what you saw last week, because every week is different. I don't want you guys to do that either. I don't want you guys to make your bet based on what you saw last week. Every week is different. But you have the foundation and you have an idea of what to look into and what direction to go into. And that's why I want to start off light this week, give you guys 2 bets, and then next week we could go off and running with our normal. What I want to do is give you guys three picks every week, you know, whether it's 2 spreads, 1 total, or 3 spreads, or 1 spread, 2 totals. But I'm gonna just try to give you guys the best picks that I feel is right to give out for that week. Every week is gonna be different scenarios, different perspectives, and you know, I'm pretty excited, and I want to make you guys money.
Exactly.
Bottom line, I know that's all they want to hear, man. You know, make us some money this year. So I'm gonna try to do that. But I think week 1 you want to be light, and then week 2, you know, we could start running a little faster.
Yeah, don't mind me, guys. I'm just looking some stuff up here. Put let me see. So yeah, I think really real quick, just to go over that real quick to end that Chargers. I'm not gonna go against Mahomes. I think Mahomes will squeak it out. Like you said, he might win that by a field goal. The field goal kicker might seal it for him, but it's gonna be tight. I would, you know, I would take KC to cover that spread. Maybe that's just me.
That hook scares me. Like maybe you know, if it was 2.5, yeah, I'll be looking at KC, but 3.5, I could see a field goal kick all day, man.
Okay. Yeah. Truthfully, I could see. I could see I see a field goal kick to possibly not win the game, but to put the game out of reach. So they'll go up by 6 or something like that. They might be up by 3, and I see them coming down and giving them that extra 3 to just, you know, with the time winding down, you know, to put them ahead. I just see KC covering that 3.5 spread. So we'll see. We'll never know. Let's move on. We got the Patriots playing the Raiders Sunday midday, man. A big game for us. That's the hometown team. We got the Patriots playing the Raiders.
Huge game, man. And
huge game. Huge.
I got some stuff on this game, man, that I'm gonna be paying attention to on so many levels. You know, I mean, you know, if you got anything more to say on that, you know, just let me, you know, I got some things to say on it. But if there's something you got anything on it,
on what? On the Patriots?
On this game, is there anything you want to say on this game? I got some stuff I want to.
Oh, on the Patriots game? No, you could drop it, man. I'm listening to you. You could drop it.
Yeah, no, because I might have thought you had something on it, but nah, it's certain. You know, this game has betting. You know, it has betting situations going on, fantasy. You know, it has a lot riding on this game. But number one, I'm interested to see how this rookie running back out of Las Vegas is going to play, and Ashton Genty.
Right.
So real quick, I had a chance.
He looks good in preseason. I seen him make a few runs, man, a few cuts.
He looks good, and I'm gonna make a confession. I passed up on him on one of my fantasy leagues, and I took Chad Brown instead. And one of the reasons why I did that is because I'm skeptical of rookies, man. You know, like I don't, you know, just taking a rookie number 1 overall for me is kind of tough to do. So I went with somebody that's more like established. And I took Chad Brown. So on that note, I'm gonna pay attention to that and see how this rookie plays against us. You know, we got a new revamped defensive line. He's on the road first game, so I'm gonna be watching that. And overall, man, this is our first game. You know, under a new coach, new system, new everything. It feels new.
Right.
It feels new.
It feels it kind of feels like
in a long time.
It do feel like, yeah, you're right. It kind of feels like we don't know what's gonna happen. That's how new.
Right. And one of the big things that happened that I took from this team this offseason is just the moves that they made, the people that they let go, the moves that they made, gave me that oh, this is gonna be a new situation going on here, especially when they got rid of Jabril Peppers. You know, when they let him go, and then Duggar is in the dungeon. You're talking about guys that have been around this team for the last couple of years, and they've been starters and doing their thing. But when you see guys like that,
that's a big you made a big observation there. That's big moves by getting rid of these who's supposed to have been
two solid players.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You
go, you're like, oh, this might be different. This is going to be a different situation. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team plays under this new situation, this new culture, new system. Yeah, those are pretty much the two things that I'm going to be paying close attention to. And I like the Patriots. At the end of the day, I like the Patriots in this game. They're home. The Raiders don't really have too much of a threat. Who's leading them? This dude. I can't believe I forgot his name. He used to quarterback the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, you mean Geno?
Geno, there you go. Geno Smith is running that squad over there.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be interesting. Man, to see how this works out.
I mean, nothing against. I think Geno Smith has the tangibles to win the game. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say that Geno Smith couldn't win the game. We just don't know what the product is coming out of Las Vegas this year. Remember, the Raiders. They had some good talent there. They just didn't have the quarterback situation. And I think, did they change the coaching situation?
Yeah.
The coach, that's right, Pete Carroll. So
Pete Carroll.
That's right, Pete Carroll. So that's new for them too, right? Even though Pete Carroll's an old dog in the game, that's still new for them too. He's still gonna bring some kind of I would say moxie and difference and and even skill and intelligence to that team. Pete Carroll's no dummy as far as offensively, and that's probably what that team always needed. They did thrive on defense. They probably always needed that offensive mind. So I'm not saying they can, it's going to be a good game for both teams. Both teams do got both something to prove to see what they coming out of their new age, for their franchises. I think truthfully, the pendium is probably more on the Patriots side to win this game, to get this game out. They might have more of the athletic players on the team to play a fast-paced game. I think that's probably what they're heading to, is fast-paced type of, football. Speed on both sides, defense and offense. So if that's the move they're going to make, I mean, those are the moves that they did make. I think the Patriots could come out of this one.
Yeah, I think they're going to come out of this one. I think it's going to be a tight game throughout. I think they're going to make key stops late in the game. They got to protect the ball. This is the game of who has the least turnovers. This is the type of game it's going to be. It's going to be tight. It's going to be low scoring. And they just got to play clean football, and I think they can. I think they're more skillful, and they're more athletic. I feel like they're more athletic than Las Vegas. I feel like they got a much better roster in terms of players. There's a lot of unknowns over there in Vegas. Yeah, they got the stud rookie in Gentry, but they wide receiver core, like it's unknown. Right. They got Trey Tucker, and remember they lost this guy in free agency. I'm trying to see. I'm pulling up their roster right now. Excuse me. I'm just trying to pull up their roster. But yeah, look, they wide receiver. They got Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton, Jack Besh, which is a rookie. So they lost Devontae Adams to free agency. So they don't have a sort of that solidified thoroughbred and then a wide receiver. They got Brock Bowers. I give them that. They got the best tight end in the game right now.
Who do
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers?
Yeah, Las Vegas. They got Brock Bowers. They running backs. They got Genty. They got Mostert. So it's one of those rosters that, man, they're gonna rely heavy on their starters, because after they starters, it's nothing.
Right.
And, we're a much talented team. We're a much more talented team than Las Vegas. I mean, we got so much better talent in all positions, and we're at home. We got a great coach. But all that being said, they got to play the game. But I like our chances just from the talent standpoint. We got much more talented players on our roster versus Las Vegas. Las Vegas, they got to hope that all they starters are having a good game and nobody gets hurt, because after they starters, I mean, it's the unknown for them, and look at their wide receivers. I mean, Jacoby Myers. I mean, we know who he is. And then Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker's the number 2 guy. And yeah, after that, it's like we don't know who's who. So between Brock Bowers and Genty, that's what they got going for them. But they're gonna need much more than them two to beat us on the road.
Right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to type some stuff in here.
Yeah. Oh, they got to you. I think I know you.
Man, they got to me, man. So I'm trying to deal with both.
I fumbled that. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get to them later, man, because I can't do nothing right now, man.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll get to them later, man.
Right.
In touch with them, but you putting all the info, huh?
Yeah, I'm just sending them all the info, what they need, man, and trying to get this thing situated. It's gonna probably be the same situation for you when you get into it. I'm seeing what they're saying right now, but sorry to do that, guys, man. I'm in the middle of this show and I'm trying to do business at the same time. That's the way it is. But
yeah, we don't want to throw these people under the bus. But we
don't want to throw some people under the bus. But these airfare people, man, these people on some of these commercial airline companies, man, sometimes you give them your money and they still jerk you over. But we'll get it figured out, man. That's they'll figure it out. I'll get my refund back. But yeah, man, so let's move on real quick while I sit here and wait for them to do their thing. I would just run down the after we, I think the Patriots will win the game. Just to, piggyback on that real quick before we move on. The Patriots will take care of business in the first week. After that, it's going to be a challenge, but I think they'll take care of business in the first week. The Ravens is a formidable foe. I think Ravens is I would say, how you want to say, not formidable, but they kind of like, how you want to say that? It's like not an even game, but it's like, they're on the same.
The Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders. Sorry, I said Ravens. My fault. It's my fault. My fault, people. Not the Ravens. The Raiders. The Raiders. I think they on the same playing field with the Patriots. So, but I think the Patriots might be a little bit better.
Yeah, we got that edge. We got
that edge on that. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be a good one. And like I said, once again, people, please like and subscribe, everybody on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. I do apologize today. I am trying to do multitask things right now at the same time as running the show. But real quick, let's go run down. We got the Cardinals versus the Saints today on this week on Sunday. That's going to be a decent game. The Cardinals got to keep staying up on things. I say the Cardinals, on that one. They're minus 6.5 points right now, the Cardinals. And over under 43, minus 43.5. I think that says minus. I think it's a minus 43.
No. It's the 43.5 is just the over and under. That's just the
over and under. Oh, okay. I don't know what I saw next to that, but the over and under is 43.5. Dolphins versus the Colts. I think. Wow, that's another tough one. I still think the Dolphins might win that game. Even though Richardson, man, just watching him last year play us, and
he's not gonna start though.
He's not starting.
Nah, Daniel Jones won that spot.
Oh, Daniel Jones won the spot.
Yep, Daniel Jones gonna lead that team right now.
Woo! So Richardson got demoted. You're saying? I don't know.
Got demoted.
Wow!
He didn't show enough in the preseason. He didn't show enough in the offseason.
Wow! Hey man, people had their thoughts about that kid. So yeah, I say the Dolphins will take that game. Jets Steelers, big game.
Big game.
Jets
I like the
Steelers.
Steelers. I like
the Steelers. I think I like the Steelers in that game. The Steelers is
boys up.
It looks like an even Steven game. You got Pittsburgh -2.5. Right? So that's like what you guys would call maybe a pick 'em or something like that?
No. Pick 'em would just be even, like
even.
No points, right?
No points.
Steelers favored by 3.
By 3
right now. So
you got by 3. Okay. ESPN has the 2.5, but I still think the Steelers will take that game. Giants Commanders. Washington, man. I know you say Giants is on a come up.
Yeah, I like the Giants with the points. I like the Giants with the points. I think they're gonna make a statement. This is a statement game for them to let their division, not the league,
the division.
They division foes know that
they ready to play.
Yeah, everybody got their turn. Everybody from Philly, Washington last year, and Cowboys. They always
in
been
the private previous years. Exactly right.
Been in the dungeon for a very
long time.
Very long time, and I think now they ready to make a leap forward.
And crawl out of it. At least. To creep out of it.
I like the game.
Panthers, Jags. I got the Jags taking that game for some reason. I don't know why. I still think Trevor Lawrence might have something in the tank. He's still 3 years in. He's still 3-4 years in. He still got something to prove. I just think the Jags got something, and they having the kid Travis Hunter. He's a two-way player. I think, truthfully, if I was Jacksonville, yes, I know y'all probably need the D2. Y'all need defense. Pause. I know y'all probably need defense, but I would say, yo, put that kid on the field and let him play that offense, bro. Like, use him as like that multi-purpose offensive player, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he could come out the backfield, do all kind of dangerous things, put him down the seam, do things, man. Send him, I think he's that dynamic that they should use him specifically on offense for now.
Yeah, look, first of all, this is not college, for one. This is not college.
Right.
If you put that boy out there trying to play two positions, man, it's a recipe for disaster. He needs to play, what they all saying, he needs to play cornerback, defense. He needs, that's what they saying. He needs to play defense. But let me tell you something though, right? Me as a coach, what I'll do is I'll play him defense, I'll play him offense, and wherever I see him really effective, comfortable, and thriving, he's going to play that position for the majority of the time. I would only play him in cornerback in certain situations, certain packages, certain situations. One of the two has to be part-time, and it can happen because with Dion, remember he played. He was majority cornerback, but he would play some offensive plays. He would play some offensive plays, in certain packages, but he was majority cornerback, and that's what they need to do with this guy. They need to play him majority of the plays wherever they feel like he's going to thrive in and be the guy in. And in the other position, he needs to just play in certain packages, certain situations, maybe in crunch time, man. They need that, they need that guy in there. They can't play him too much in both sides because he's not going to last. He just won't make it.
Yeah, his body will get beat up. His body would get beat up.
So that's what they're gonna have to do, and hopefully they smart and not waste this guy's career. I hope they use him right because I hate to see guys that talented not get utilized the right way and then have a short career. I hate when I see that. I hate when I see that. Right. Wherever his most productive position is, play him there majority of the time, and then the other position, play him there part-time. If anything, don't even give him days off and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta preserve this guy, especially if he's very effective on your team.
True. So so who you got in that game?
I'm taking the Panthers.
You take the Panthers.
I'm gonna take the Panthers, and you got a guy in
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. He looked like he's coming into his own. He looks comfortable. He got a great running game. He got some good receivers, young receivers. Their defense is, so you got a team that's up and coming. I think are they gonna win it? I mean, they live to win it, but they definitely gonna keep it close. They definitely, if they lose, it's gonna be less than 3.5. So
okay.
I like the Panthers in the game. In terms of betting on this game, I love the Panthers. Overall, they live to win. I mean, this is one of them type of games that's just up in the air, but I'm definitely taking the Panthers with the 3.5.
Okay, so I'm giving you 2 more games for this Sunday. That's going to be pivotal. I think we're going to talk about 2 more games, and these are my 2 more games. Drum roll, please. Wow, these are my 2 games right here of the week. Packers, Lions. I got the Lions still winning this game. Some people got the Packers because of the addition to what's the dude's name again?
Michael Parsons, but he might not play.
Parsons. Yep. So I think that I still think that the offensive juggernaut of the Lions, they play so. I just think the Lions could still take this game. Let me see something real quick. Where are they going into? Where's this game playing? This game? Oh yeah. This game's that's a tough game. I might be eating a little crow on that one because to go into Green Bay, especially with the hype that they got going on right now, it might be tough. Yeah, it'll be difficult. But real quick, it is a tight game. The spread's only 1.5. According to ESPN Sports,
tell you a lot what people think about this game and what they think about Detroit. They're not looking at Detroit like that, like this squad that was just dominating shit last year. They're looking at them differently. And you got to pay attention to stuff like that. When you see Vegas, giving the Packers just 1.5 or 2, it just goes to show you how Vegas feels about Detroit and how close these teams are,
right?
As far as the roster is concerned, as far as how Detroit plays on the road, Detroit don't play. They're not as effective on the road like they are at home.
You're right. You're totally right. They
totally different offensively than they are when they're on the road.
Okay.
So that's what Vegas feels about Detroit, making them what? You said 2.5. They're not even favorites. They underdogs. They underdogs by I'm seeing 2, 1.5. Anyway, they underdogs. Whatever it is, they're not favorites. So that's what Vegas feels about them. So that's something to just pay attention to.
Nice. I like what you say about that one. Okay, my other top game, I said it was 2, right?
Yes, sir. I know the other one you're looking at.
Tell me what it is. I know what you think. Let me see if you know.
It's only right. It's the Ravens Bills.
You're damn right about it. That to me, that is the marquee game of Sunday. And it is. Why? Because it's a Sunday night 8:20 game, and I think that's why, because it's a marquee game for the beginning of the season. 2 of the most top teams right now in the NFL that people probably looking as their Super Bowl favorites. Ravens Bills. Big game.
And this is gonna break my heart to say this because I was rooting for these guys. I'm definitely one of those sports fans because I'm a sports fan at the end of the day. So I root for certain. It doesn't always have to be my home team. I'm a New Englander. I got my squad, but overall, I'm a sports fan. I root for certain teams, their history, and things that they've gone through. And the Bills, seeing them lose 4 Super Bowls in a row, I felt really bad for that franchise, for that city. That's not something you want to be known by. So I rooted for the Bills against the Chiefs so many years. We fell short. It breaks my heart to say that. I think the time might have ran out because I love the Ravens. I think it's their turn. And the thing is, real quick, the thing is with the NFL, if you notice, a lot of teams that eventually win Super Bowls, they're knocking at the door. They're usually teams that are knocking at the door, coming up short, year in and year out, and they improve their team, they make changes, and a lot of these teams eventually get over that hump. And I feel like the Ravens is a candidate for that type of team. They've been knocking at the door, making changes. They got an MVP in Lamar Jackson. And I think it's their turn. I think the Bills had their turn already. They've been there multiple times.
You've been saying that, Stoney. You've been saying that. You've been saying the Bills' time was creeping up.
It's creeping up. I mean, you know how the NFL is. A team cannot be that close so many times. You know how the NFL is designed for some reason. It's just like that. If you don't capitalize on your opportunities, you're gonna have to go back to the drawing boards, you know. And I
heard he felt Allen. Not to cut you and jump in on you like that, but I heard pause. But I heard that Allen feel like he's ready this year. Like this is his most ready year. That's what I've heard. The consensus been saying.
It better be, because I feel like if to me this is their last year, and I don't want to say that in a way where they can't come. No. I feel like in terms of making that Super Bowl run with their coach, with their team, you think about it, with everybody that they're comfortable with, because that's another thing in NFL. You got to be comfortable with your team, the culture. You know,
right?
Football is not like basketball and baseball. Teams could turn over, players could come in and out, and you continue to win. No, football is the consistency, the relationships with guys that you have on your team. That's major in football. So here come the Bills. They've been together for a long time. So this year definitely is a make or break year.
And I think at the same time, though, time, even though Lamar's a young boy still, a young man, sorry to say that, even though Lamar is still a young man, I'm sorry to say young boy, that was just, even though he's still a young man, yeah. The rope short for him
too, but it's a little longer for them than it is for the Bills. But they're already on notice right now. They're already on notice too. So this game right here, it's a big game, but it's just game one. But it's gonna kind of set the tone where we're at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, injuries, circumstances, you know how it is when it come playoff time. So, you know, these are the teams I'm looking at right now, and yeah, we're running up against it, man. So I want to give everybody.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're gonna do what we call a 2-minute fast break. We're gonna do a quick 2-minute drill on this real quick. So let's do the 2-minute drill on this. Holy, real quick, guys. I got something for y'all. A 2-minute drill. Yeah, Stoney, we're gonna do this, man. We're gonna do this.
Yo, yeah.
So man, bring that money up. So what you got, Stoney, man? What you got for your couple of picks? Give that to him real quick on this 2-minute drill.
I'm gonna give y'all the two quickly. Take the Giants +6 against Washington. Definitely take the Giants. Division, matchup. I expect that to be a tight game. And the second one that I like Pittsburgh -3 against the Jets. It's not a division game, but I like the motivation. Aaron Rodgers going back to his old team, new squad. The Jets, they don't really got nothing on the roster. I love Pittsburgh -3 against the Jets. Those are my two picks for this week. My futures, real quick. I like the Ravens to come out the AFC. And the NFC, I like the Ravens to come out the AFC, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna take Philly to come back out of the NFC, and I'm taking the Ravens to win the Super Bowl this year. That's my future.
So I'll give y'all my future. I didn't make no bets for today. For this weekend show, I'll be back on the betting store. I'll be back on my little 2 cents bet, what I call Mr. Bean's 2 cents bet. So I'll give y'all my little 2 cents bet of this week and next week when I drop that gem. This week I really don't have nothing that I feel in my core that I want to go with. I would say as far as the future is concerned, you're kind of on the money a little bit with you, not a little bit, a lot. You're on the money with the Ravens. I think I have a future. I would say a future the Ravens will make it to the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. Would they win? I don't know. But I think this year might be the Ravens' chance and time. Not saying that Pat Mahomes is one of my favorite quarterbacks right now. I'm not saying Pat Mahomes can't get back there, but I don't think the team is there. The team, I don't think they're ready to get back to that part. You know what I mean? To that upper echelon. They still there, they creeping, but they need to tweak and add they roster. So AFC, I got the Ravens. NFC, it's a three to me, it's a 3-team battle royal, as I would call it. I have Washington, I got the Lions, I got Green Bay. And those to me are the solid teams that I think out of the NFC that I see, me personally, that might end up there in those last few weeks of the NFL season as far as competing in the playoffs. Who will get to the NFC Championship? I don't know. But I see Green Bay, I see Washington, and I see the Lions maybe trying to redeem themselves for the way they lost last year, when they could have put themselves in that category of breaking a barrier. So those are my future. It's not a definite future. I do have the Ravens getting to the Super Bowl, but as far as the NFC is concerned, that's a battle royal going on in the NFC right now. So I really can't give the future. Maybe next week after I do a little bit more how I feel this week after these these games this week, I could give y'all more on my future as far as the Super Bowl predictions. But with that being said, man, we're about to call it a night. We will be back on Sunday to give y'all our full breakdown and synopsis of how the weekend went in football, the opening weekend, the kickoff weekend. It was me, Mr. Beans. You got Stony Crook, Sean Doe, and Hustle Stacks. We'll be back on the show next week, and they'll be bringing to you guys live straight from the dungeons of Beantown. So, we'll see y'all guys later. Crook, any last words?
Hey, man, NFL is back. Let's take these tickets to the pay window. Let's get paid. Let's have a good season, and let's ready to rock, man. And with that, I give you an applause. So, we out, Stacks and Doe. We'll see you guys later. Peace. We out.
To make moves, doobie don't snooze, it's on your back, cause they hate you, dog break through, son get through, but don't break